giving this signal right about there. So as you can see that the point of values that I'm looking for, I'm looking for these point of values, right? These point of values, these point of values. As you can see, that USD has been selling. All right, so you can even trace these bearish impulsive moves. As you can see, the market is easily filling this gap, and then the market will easily hopefully fill this gap, right? So what did the market do? The market gave us our strategy. Okay, I can even trade bigger time frames because I'm a swing trader, and my equity is pretty much big, so I can easily trade that. So as you can see, the market gave us our strategy, breached. Okay, you see the market jumped in, breached, and then retested. So this was a valid entry point for a short. Okay, so this was a valid entry point for a short. As you can see, anticipating to fill that stop loss just above, right? So when you are a swing trader, you leave a room for these guys. This is what we call a stop hunt. They will come and look for you, and then they check you out, and then they run away with the money. So this is for the swing traders, right? But for the smaller guys who've got small equity, you also wait for pullbacks, right? This is what we call a pullback, right? For scaling into your accounts. As you can see, I always talk about this in my series video. Go and watch my series video, that the market will come all the way down and breach, and then come for that retest, and then what do? You actually enter, and then your stop loss would be somewhere there, just above the key zone, right? And then you are anticipating to go and fill up this zone. So this is a valid selling setup. So for those, okay, this is a valid selling setup, right? But the market has moved significantly. So what are you waiting for? Let me see what's going to happen. Now, since the market has moved significantly and then it has breached this zone right about there, what you can wait for, if you are not really scared, right? If you're not really scared, but according to price action, if you want to enter somewhere there, then your stop loss should be above the key zone, right? This key zone, right? You can check my video on how to trade this. As you can see, even on this spot right about there, you see the market came and then bounced there and then went there and then breached, came for the retest. You buy there, put your stop loss, then you try to catch that move again. This happened, the market came, breached this zone, bounced there, right? That's where you sell, and then you go all the way down. So if you are to sell here, since this is a late entry, this is your reward, but knowing that the market can always go all the way up and then does that. That's why you need to put your stop loss there with us, all right? But some of us, we entered long back, so we are safe. So this is price action, guys. So for those who are looking for buying opportunities, this is dangerous to buy USD, rather euro USD. We are actually buying USD and selling euro, right? So euro is selling, right? So the other way to actually wait, okay, is to wait for something like this, and then the impulse, and then this correction, and then that's when you will sell, right? For those who've got small accounts, like $100, if you want to change your $100 into 1,000 bucks, this is what you do, and then your stop loss would be just above like this, and then you cater for this. You see how this week was, right? You see how this week moved, right? You see how this week moved. This is what we call a stop hunt. Okay, it looks for you and then it takes you out and then runs away with the money. So just be aware of that. So cater for that week, right? So you can just put your stop loss just above like that, so that this week it can happen, or just wait for it to just like this here, just wait for it to come through, and then you enter, knowing that you will just reserve a room. You see this, how long this breach candle is. This was a good place to put your stop loss, just below this part right about there, right? So this is price action. We don't care about how many pips you always risk. You always have to read the candles, what the candles are telling you, right? If there's a big bearish candle momentum, you follow it, right? As you can see, this is the wick of that candle, so we can just move our stop loss just about there. I'm just reading price action, and then where is our current key zone? our current key zone would be right about there. As you can see, this candle has that wick, right? So I'm just above that wick a little bit, so I'm selling, and then I hold until I go all the way down to my key points, right? So this is Euro USD. It's a sell. You can even sell now, but if you sell now, right, because I don't control the market, I'm actually waiting for this impulsive move so that I can wait for the retracement, right? But if you are to sell now, just know that your stop loss is supposed to be right about there. But if you are to wait for a proper breach, because this zone hasn't been breached yet, okay, this zone hasn't been breached yet. All right, so if you are to wait for proper breach, just like here, this zone, just like here, this high, right, was probably breached and then it was retested, right? So if this zone is actually breached and then retested, we are comfortable. Sometimes it actually retests somewhere there, okay, somewhere there, just like this, because this wick is super long, right? So the market will retest all this zone like this here, okay? So it will breach, retest, and then you can go for selling, and then you can just catch all this big move. So just read the price and see and just judge from there. Okay, now we can even go to smaller time frames, just like H4, and see what's going on H4, on how to catch those sniper entries. Now let's go and decide what's going to happen on H4. Let's see what is H4 doing. All right, so there isn't anything much on H4. Okay, there isn't anything much happening on H4. All right, it's actually small thing that we can always try to snap. So now bigger time frame are for those guys who've got big equities. Even if you've got small equities, you can always, because these are currencies move slow, they cater for everybody, you can always use bigger time frame, but always use bigger time frame, guys, for analysis. Then we can just tweak going all the way down. What are we seeing on this? Okay, what's going on there? I'm not really convinced that there is anything. Okay, it looks like it's a small breach, but this is nothing to me because the market is just, you know, but you can just use those signals that I showed you. Now let's look at what is happening on GBP USD. This should be selling as well. Let's see what's going on. Right, let's go to D1 and see what's going on the bigger time frame, right? I always start from the bigger time frame. Okay, this should be selling, and look at this, guys, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. All right, so GBP USD has been sliding a bit. It was a bit bullish, but now the market has reached this 100%, almost reached this 100% Fibonacci retracement, or our demand zone, right? It's actually at our demand zone, because if you are to put a Fibonacci and then you start from there and then you end what about there, and then you put our 50% equilibrium, let's just do like that. Okay, and then let's delete this, right? So this is the sweet spot to sell, as you can see, and then this is the sweet spot for buying, right? So our price would be cheap here, then we buy. Our price will be expensive there, then we sell. We always sell high, we always buy low. So that's the overview. And then let's just do like that. As we can see, we saw our strategy again on our sweet spot. This was an M setup. Let me just go and show you. Some can say it's triple tops, it's fine, whatever you, some say it's triple top, but this is to me an M setup, right? And then the market breached, the market retested, and the market will be selling, right? So we are looking to be selling British pound USD. So that's why are we selling? It's because Dixie showed us that Dixie is this one. Dixie is USD against all the pairs. It shows us that it's very bullish against all the pairs. So we are very confident that the market will fill up this game. So for those who are going to sell just now, why? Okay, let me just show you. So this is our strategy, guys. This is what the market has done. This is what the market has done actually. This is now two confirmations, right? Now look at this. You can just view it like that. Let me just do like this. Okay. So for the early guys, right? For the early guys would have saw that the market came up all the way. You made this leg, came down, made another leg, and then it breached this trend line, right? Breached the trend line, came for the retest. So for the early entries, some of the guys actually swimming in the profits as we're talking. So for the early enters, this is it, guys. Stop loss just above. So someone is actually in profits, right? So this is for the early entries. So for you guys who are actually here but they're trailing, so what has the market done? The market has now breached this key zone, as you can see now. As you can see, let me just do something like this. Let me just try to do something like this, right? Now what has the market done here? Let me show you. The market has came up all the way, did that, and then touched there, and then it came up, okay, touched there again, came up, and then it touched there. As you can see, this is a strong key zone, right? The market came up a bit, then now this key zone is now breached, right? So what are you anticipating? The market can always come up a bit like this and put a small wick, right? Just reserve a space for the stop loss. Just reserve a space for the stop loss, and then the market will sell like that. Okay. So for those who are not scared, you can always put your sell stops. Okay. You can even put your sell stops right about there, and then reserve a space for the stop loss, right? Just like that, just above, and then you can sell, trying to catch that. So this is the analysis for the whole week. So for the whole week you'll be bearish. This is bearish on British pound USD. Now let's go to smaller time frames and see what is going on. If you are to go to H4, I can always go to smaller time frames, even up to M15, but as a swing trader, I always see what happens on the bigger scope. As you can see, this was a breach, right? So this is what's going on, but still, just I know that the market will go down a bit, and then it will come up to that zone. It will go down a bit and then come up to that zone. So for you guys, you can always put, as you can see, even H4 is still showing us the same thing, right? H4 is still showing us the same thing, right? The market will do this and then go down. So this is H4. So guys, you know what? When I'm analyzing, I can always trade with D1 because I now understand what happens on smaller time frames. Let's go to H1. Let's go and see how we can sniper this. You see, the reason why so many people lose or get stopped out prematurely is because they don't use multiple time frames, right? They don't use multiple time frames. They just look at it in a in this small zoomed in, so this is a breach. So the market will come and tap right about there in this zone. You sell, put your stop loss above just to reserve room for the stop hunt, and then the market will go down. So there isn't anything much in those smaller time frames, guys. As you can see, there isn't anything much in those smaller time frames. I can actually decide what I can do from just